for today's activity. Starting off with Engineer Carlos A. Calabria, PWG member. Engineer Jeffrey Evangelista from Planning Design Section.
Present po.
Engineer Aaron Ambasa from Planning Design Section. Mr. Leonardo S. Montano II, Secretary Member. Engineer Aura Laredo from Planning and Design Section. Engineer Jarina Alivio from Planning and Design Section. Engineer Lori B. Arroyo from Planning and Design Section. Engineer John Kevin Candelaria from Planning and Design Section. Ms. Ian Rizel Torgampo, Secretary Member.
Present po.
Mr. Johannes Ubaldo, PWG member. Engineer Rosmond Pulo, provisional member for Civil Works. Present. Engineer Efren V. De La Torre Jr., PWG head. Present po. We would also like to acknowledge the presence via Zoom of the following. Ms. Imelda Constantino, PWG member. Engineer Princess Desamero, PWG member.
Present po, good morning.
Engineer Raymond Buya, PWG member.
Present. Good morning.
Engineer Joan Magcale, PWG member.
Present po.
Engineer Rodel Aguilera, PWG.
Present po.
Engineer Jaime Lacani, regular member. Ms. Virna Antillano, regular member.
Present po, good morning.
And yours truly, Engineer Jess Morris Tobias, secretary member. To officially start our activity for today, let us give the floor to our Vice Chairperson, Engineer Jane Garcia Rosales.
Okay, good morning po. So for today's procurement activity, we'll be having public conference presentation to be number 2025-70. We have a total of 9 projects posted. Starting with 2040-0198, we have an invitation of Premier Road at Narang Tagapos and Taruan Salabina. So ABC of 4,800,000 pesos. 2040-0199, the application of drainage system around the market area, Santa Rosa, Laguna, with ABC of 4,800,000 pesos. 2040-0200, the application of multi-purpose building at San Lorenzo, Barangay Mapukit, Santa Rosa, Laguna, with ABC of 4,850,000 pesos. 2040-0201, the application of road and drainage at Barangay Playa, Santa Rosa, Laguna, with ABC of 9,800,000 pesos. 2040-0202, construction of multi-purpose building, covered court, Golden City, Barangay Latin Sports, Santa Rosa, Laguna, with ABC of 40,850,000 pesos. 2040-0203, the application of multi-purpose building, covered court, Barangay Tagapos, Santa Rosa, Laguna, with ABC of 39,600,000 pesos. 2040-0204, the habilitation of drainage system along MSR Road, Barangay Tagapos, Santa Rosa, Laguna, with ABC of 49 million pesos. 25-0065, construction of structure for river protection at San Cristobal River, Barangay Pasiano, Calamba City, with ABC of 96,500,000 pesos. 25-0066, construction of structure for river protection along San Juan River, Barangay side, near Holy Gardens, Calamba City, Laguna Phase 1, with ABC of 99 million pesos. We have posted Supplemental Bulletin Number 2025-05, dated February 6, 2025, with the subject cancellation of procurement activities for project with contact ID number 24-0204, under invitation to be number 2025-03, stating that this supplemental bulletin number 2025-05 is issued to announce the cancellation of procurement activities for project with contact ID number 24-0204, rehabilitation of drainage system along the SR Road, Barangay Tagapos, Santa Rosa, Laguna, under invitation to be number 2025-03, which was posted in the PPWH website and PhilJEPS on January 31 to February 19, 2025, due to revision of global reports. Signed, Kalimos Smoothly, Jane Garcia Rosales, back Vice Chairperson. So let's start po with the presentation.
Thank you, Lugo. Before the presentation, please be informed that questions, queries, and clarification will be entertained right after every presentation. We can now proceed to our first project.
Good morning. Good morning po. To present our first project, we have 24DI-0198, rehabilitation of Nia Road at Barangay Tagapo, Santa Rosa, Laguna. Project information, project allocation of 5 million, approved budget for the contract of 4,900,000. Payout of 2%, which is equivalent to 100,000, and the duration of 90 calendar days. For the scope of works, we have rehabilitation of road, 0.23 take PCCP 14 days. For the site location po, dun po siya mismo co-construction sa may overhead road, sa mismong tabi lang po ng Mandaue Home Store. Po yung site photos. And for the summary of quantities, Part A, facilities for the engineer, provision of field office for the engineer, provision of furniture, fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office for the engineer, and provision of progress photographs. Part B, other general requirements, project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, and mob demo. Part C, earthwork, removal of actual structures, obstruction, 0.20 meter thick PCCP, surplus common excavation, and subgrade preparation. Part D, subbase and base course, aggregate subbase course, and Part E, surface courses, Portland cement concrete pavement, 0.23 feet, 14 days. For the minimum equipment, backhoe with breaker, dump truck, motorized road grader, vibratory roller, concrete vibrator, bar cutter, and joint sealer machine. For the typical cross section, meron po tayong average width na 4.5 meters and meron pong 0.23 meter thick na PCCP and 0.20 thick na aggregate subbase. Yan lang po. Any questions po? Okay.
Good morning. Good morning po. For our next project, we have rehabilitation of drainage system, Barangay Market Area, Santa Rosa, Laguna. Project allocation niya po is 5 million with approved budget for the contract na 4,900,000. EO niya po is 2% equivalent to 100,000 and duration is 120 calendar days. For the scope of works, we have upgrading of drainage. So makikita niyo po dito yung site location niya is makikita po yung alignment, yung nakakulay dilaw po. And makikita din natin doon yung outfall pipe na nakapin. So along ano po siya, DLA ko subdivision po. So for the minutes of the meeting and for the summary of quantities, we have Part A, facilities for the engineer, provision of field office for the engineer, rental basis, provision of furniture, fixtures, equipment, and appliances for field office for the engineer, and provision of progress photographs. For other general requirements po, we have project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health, traffic management, mobilization and demobilization. For earthwork naman po, we have removal of structures and obstruction, structure excavation, common soil. Part F, bridge construction, reinforcing steel, grade 40 and grade 60, structural concrete, clean concrete. For part you have drainage and slope protection structure, metal frames and gratings, and miscellaneous structure, curb and gutter, precast. So ito po, as presented, is yung typical plan. And then for the minimum equipment required is backhoe with breaker, 1, dump truck, 2, bar cutter, bar bender, 1, concrete vibrator, 1, 1 bagger mixer, 1, and welding machine, 1. And ito po yung site validation photo. Any questions po?
Good morning po for the next project po. For 2040 ay 0 to 100 po. Rehabilitation of multi-purpose building at San Lorenzo Barangay, Malitlim, Santa Rosas, Laguna. Project information, allocation is 5 million, ABC is 4,950,000, EAW of 50,000, source of fund FY 2024, duration 120 calendar days. Ito po yung project location niya po. Yung scope of works po is yung covered court, i-rehab po natin yung covered court po. Ito po yung item of works. Yung structural concrete po is para po dun sa gagawin po nating stage. Tapos po, yung pre-painted metal sheets po is magpapalit po tayo ng bubong ng covered court po. Ito po yung site po natin. Ito po yung site video. Tapos ito po yung minutes of the meeting po natin. Any questions po? Thank you po.
Hello. Good morning po. I'm CJ Calabia po from Planning and Design Section. I will be discussing project with ID number 24DI-0201, rehabilitation of road and drainage system at Barangay Aplaya, Santa Rosa, Laguna. We have an allocation of 10 million pesos, ABC or approved budget for the contract of 9,800,000 pesos. We have an engineering administrative overhead of 2%. Duration is 180 calendar days. For our physical targets, we have 370 meters for drainage and 262.5 square meters for reblocking of road. Scope of work is upgrading of drainage and rehabilitation of road. Here are the items of work. Part A, facilities for the engineer, construction of field office for the engineer, provision of furniture, fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office for the engineer, provision of progress photographs. Part B, other general requirements, project billboard signboard, occupational safety and health program, traffic management, mobilization, demobilization. Part C, earthworks, you have removal of actual structures, obstruction. 0.15 meters thick PCCP and reinforced. Removal of structures and obstruction, lump sum. Surplus common excavation, structure excavation, common soil, subgrade preparation, common material. Part D, we have our aggregate sub-base course. Part E, our surface course is Portland cement, concrete pavement, unreinforced, 0.23 meters thick, 7 days. Part F is our drainage component. We have reinforcing steel grades 40 and 60, structural concrete 20.68 megapascals, class A 14 days, and in concrete class B 16.5 megapascals. Part G, we have our metal frames and gratings for our inlet. Part H, miscellaneous structures, curb and gutter, precast, and reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings white. As an overview of our project location, here is the map. The project is to be constructed along Aplaya Main Road from Purok 4 to Purok 6. Here's the picture of the start, Purok 4. The drainage at the right side from Purok 4 to Purok 5 will be upgraded to reinforced concrete box culvert. The proposed drainage shall connect to the existing drainage recently constructed by the Santa Rosa City Engineering Office. For the green line, which is our reblocking, it's located at Purok 6. Road reblocking will be done from edge to edge of the existing drainages. Also, the outfall of the drainage is located at the end of Purok 6, which is the bridge, the boundary of Sinalhan and Aplaya. Here are our typical sections. This one is the section showing the proposed drainage with curb and gutter on the right side. The total width of the drainage with the curb and gutter is 1.4. The main drainage is 1 meter width and 1.3 meters deep. This is the section showing the proposed drainage manhole. For this one, we have revised our design from last year. We will be using the customized cast iron grating with grill inlet. For the reblocking portion of the project, we will be reblocking the middle portion of the carriageway from edge to edge of both the existing drainages. As previously mentioned, we will be using 0.23 meters thick 7 days PCCP and 0.2 meters of aggregate sub-base course. That is all. Thank you. Any questions po?
loan. For our next project po, we have construction of multipurpose building, covered court, Golden City, Barangay Dila, Phase 4, Santa Rosa, Laguna. For the project allocation, we have 50 million with approved budget for the contract na 14,850,000 and EAW of 1% equivalent to 150,000. Duration is 200 calendar days. For the general scope, we have construction of covered court with stage and pictures. So for the site location, it is located within the Golden City subdivision, and makikita nyo po dyan yung may arrow doon po. And for the site pictures, ito po. We have existing concrete pavement na for removal, and dyan po itatayo yung panibagong yung covered court with stage. So for the elevation, and ito po yung floor plan. For the minimum equipment, we have backhoe 1, 1 bagger mixer 1, bar cutter and bar bender 1, welding machine 2, dump truck 1, concrete 1, and concrete vibrator 1. For the items of work, we have facilities for the engineer, construction of field office for the engineer, provision of furniture, fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office for the engineer, and provision of progress photograph. For Part B, other general requirements, we have permits and clearances, project billboard signboard, occupational safety and health, mobilization and demobilization, general scaffolding, shoring, and netting. For Part C, earthwork po, we have removal of structures and obstruction, building excavation, embankment from structure excavation, and gravel fill. For Part D, reinforced concrete, we have structural concrete 3,000 and 4,000 PSI, reinforcing steel deformed grade 40 to grade 60, and formworks and false works. For finishing another civil works, Part D naman po, we have catch basin, sewer line works, storm drainage downspout, septic vault concrete, and plumbing fixtures and cold water lines. We also have ceiling, finishing hardware, aluminum glass windows, fixed and awning type, frames, doors, flush, and fabricated metal roofing accessory, flushing and gutters. We also have pre-painted metal sheets, rig type ground pad, waterproofing, glaze and unglazed tiles, floor finishes, cement floor finish, cement plaster finish, painting works, mason beam, concrete, wood, and steel, reflective insulation, CHP non-load bearing 100 and 150 mm, metal structure accessories, bolts and rod, rod bracket, sag rods, cross bracing, and steel plates. For structural steel, we have trusses and purlins and the railings. So for our electrical part F, we have conduit boxes and fittings, wires and wiring devices, panel board with main and branch breakers, lighting fixtures. And for mechanical, we have ventilating system. So any other questions po?
Yan. Hindi. Or sana yung pero meron pa asa ko yan. And six. Ay, 6 lang. Hindi. And 12, 19, 96.
Good morning po. I'm Engineer Aura po from Planning and Design section to present our next project. 24DI-0203, Rehabilitation of Multipurpose Building, Covered Court, Barangay Tagapos, Santa Rosa City, Laguna. For our project information, project allocation of 40 million, EBC of 39,600,000, EYAW of 1% equivalent to 400,000, duration of 300 calendar days. For our net dimensions, 29.69 meters by 18.19 meters. Scope of works, reinforced concreting works of a three-story covered. For our site location po, dito po tayo sa Rosa Floor Covered Court within Barangay Tagapo. Ito po yung ating site validation photos. So, sa magiging scope po natin for demolition po itong existing covered court and then yung existing stage din po nila. Ito po yung ating site development plan. So, for our floor plan po sa ating ground floor po, ito po yung magiging open space po which is intended for parking. And then po, sa second floor naman po natin, dito po yung possible na offices po nila. Then for third floor, which is yung ating pong covered court basketball court. Ito po yung ating front elevation. So for our budget po, dun lang po tayo pumasok sa ating reinforcing concreting works lang po natin. From footing to third floor lang po tayo. Ito po yung ating program reports. Then for our summary of quantities, Part A, facilities for the engineer, construction field office for the engineer, provision of furnitures, fixtures, equipment, and appliances for the field office for the engineer, provision of progress photographs. Then other general requirements, permits and clearances, project billboard and signboard, occupational safety and health, and mobilization, demobilization. For Division 1, General Earthworks, removal of structures and obstruction, building excavation for common soil and then gravel fill. So dito po papasok yung removal po ng ating existing covered court and stage. Then for our general Part D reinforced concrete, structural concrete class A 3000 PSI 28 days, reinforcing steel grade 40 and grade 60, and then for more false works. Ito naman po yung atin pong mismo pong reinforced concreting works po. That's all po. Any questions po? Thank you po.
Ako na pala, 65.
Hello po, good morning. I'm Engineer Jandy and I'll be presenting 25 DI 65, construction of structure for river protection at San Cristobal River, Barangay Pasiano, Calamba City, Laguna. For the project allocation, project information, project allocation is 100 million. Ang approved budget of contract is 96,500,000 and the duration of calendar days is 227 calendar days. Ang length po natin is 544.8 linear meters and the scope of works natin is construction of flood control structure with steel sheet 5. So ito po ang ating alignment. Kung mapapansin nyo po, ang landmark po natin is San Cristobal Bridge. Ito po siya sa may lower right corner po ng ating makikita mong bridge. Then, ito po yung project alignment natin. So, ito po sa may lower part po, portion is meron po tayong outfall and ito po yung natin, structure. Then, ito po yung tutuksoan din po natin yung existing structure dito. Papunta dito po. Then, since malalagyan natin to, so nilagyan natin tong side na to para sa protection din po for the current po. So possible ito po kasi yung tamaan ng current pag nagkaroon ng baha. So ito po ang ating site. So ito po ang ating project alignment. So ito nga po. This portion is the outfall of the subdivision. So ayan po. Para ma-visualize clearly po natin, ito po ang site photos natin. So, makikita nyo po sa may left side po ng screen. may tumaob na. So, base sa aking natulak siya nung outfall nito. So, ang gagawin natin is open yung outfall, then maglalagay tayo ng ah, retaining wall sa gilid po ng outfall. So, para ma-secure natin yung tubig and mag-flow pa rin siya papunta sa ilog. So, yun yung nakita kong problem dito po. Then, sa other side na po, may evident na may pagguhod na rin po. So, poprotektahan na rin po natin siya for the scope of the projects. Sa may lower right corner po ng ating screen. Then, kung makikita, ang possible access po is nandito po sa area po na to. Ito po, may end of road po to. Pero, pwede siyang diretsuhin. Makakapasok yung equipment natin papunta dito sa site natin. So, ayan po yung site. Ayan po ang crossover. Ito po yung site validation. So, ito po, nung time na yun, ito po yung nakipag-meeting tayo dun sa landowner kung pwede tayong makipag-access doon. So, pumayag naman siya. So, ito po yung access. So, ito po yung, kung ito yung aerial view, ito po yung sa ground view po nung access. So, ayan po. Maluwag naman po siya since para siyang palayan and parang taniman. Then, sa typical structures po natin, tatlo po ang typical structure natin. Nag-varies po siya depende sa elevation ng contour ng lupa. So, meron tayong double berm, may single berm po tayo, and dun po sa area ng outfall is ito po yung gagamitin natin. Since mababa po yung lupa sa kabila, magda-dike type po tayo na meron tayong drainage to accommodate the flooding dun sa likod ng structure. So, ayan po. So, ang minimum equipment po natin is 1 backhoe, 2 dump trucks, 1 vibro hammer, 1 welding machine, 1 bagger mixer, water truck and slash pump, payloader 1. So, ang summaries of quantities po natin is yung typical na makikita po sa plant control natin. Mayroon tayong Part A, facilities for the engineer. Part B, other general requirements. And Part C, earthworks. Dito pumasok yung removal of structure. Ito po, i-remove po natin yung mga tumuob na plant control structure. Then Part D is yung reinforced concrete. So, nandito na po yung papasok ang reinforcing steel, structural concrete, and lean concrete. Then, sa flood control din natin, mapapasok din yung sa earthwork is yung clearing and grubbing, surplus, common excavation, and embankment from structure. Then, sa Part LB, bank and slope protection works. So, dito papasok yung steel sheet pile natin. And sa Part LC, ang drainage work, dito po yung papasok yung pipe culvert natin and yung rectangular flap gate po natin. So, this will prevent the backflow from coming sa ilog. Backflow from ilog po. So, ayun po. Thank you po.
Good morning. I'm Engineer Loli Villarroyo to present 25 DI 0066 construction of structure for river protection along San Juan River, Barandal side, near Holy Gardens, Calamba City, Laguna, Phase 1. For the project information, allocation of 100 million, ABC of 99 million, EAW 1% equivalent to 1 million. Duration of 327 calendar days. Scope of work, reinforced flood control structure with steel sheet pile foundation with total length of 750.8 linear meters. For the summary of quantities, we have Part A, facilities for the engineer, construction of field office, provision of fixtures, provision of progress photographs. Part B, other general requirements, project billboard, signboard, occupational safety and health program, MOVDEMO. For the Part D, reinforced concrete, we have structural concrete, lean concrete, reinforcing steel. Part LA, earthwork, clearing and grabbing, surplus common excavation, embankment, and last, Part LB, bank and slope protection works, sheet piles. For the minimum equipment requirement, we have backhoe 1, dump truck 2, vibrohammer 1, welding machine 1 bagger mixer 1, water truck pump 1, payloader 1. For the project location po, it is near Holy Garden. Ito po yung alignment. So, for the alignment po, facing downstream po is left side. Start po is station 8 plus 100. It is behind JTI Fast Logistic po. Here. Then end po niya is station 8 plus 851.5. So for the typical details po, we have flood structure, 16 mm diameter bars, horizontal and vertical, with stiffener every 3 meters po. Then 2 meters width, foundation, and 6 meters length in sheet pile. Coordination meeting po with Kapitana Kagawad and engineer po ng Holy Gardens. Dito rin po yung site access natin. Then for the site videos, dyan po yung start ng project natin. Bali boundary daw po siya ng Barandal and so minutes of the meeting. As per CAP po is priority yung may part ng bahayan. May question po. Thank you.
Meron bang ibang bisita? May ibang makasisa.
Hello. Good morning po. Meron po kayong mga tanong bago po ako mag-start sa pickup licenses po? Kung wala po, resume na po ako. This is the major category of works and pickup category po. For the first project, rehabilitation of Nia Road at Barangay Tagapo. ABC is 4,900,000 pesos. Naghang ata. Okay, thank you. Major category of works, ano yan? Pickup, bumalik ata. Yan. Major category of works po is roads. Nakikita nyo naman po, yan po yung mga different types of category. Kung interesado po kayo, your pickup license should has a license category of C and D and classification po of small b. For the second project, rehab of drainage barangay market area, Santa Rosa, with an ABC of 4,900,000. The major category of work is flood control, roads, and water supplies. If interested po na sumali, pickup license should have a category of C and D and classification of small b. For the third project, nagkukusa siyang lumipat. Third project, rehab of multipurpose building, San Lorenzo, Barangay Malitlit, with an ABC of 4,950,000. Major category of work is buildings po. Dito na po sa if interested po, your license category po should have category of C and D and classification po of small b. For next project, rehab of road and drainage system Aplaya, ABC of 9,800,000. The major category of work is flood controls and roads with water supplies. If interested, pickup license should has category of C and D and classification of small b. Next project, construction of MPB, covered court, Golden City, Barangay Dila, page 4, Santa Rosa City, with an ABC of 14,850,000. And the major category of work follows buildings po. If interested to join, your pickup license should have a category of C and D and classifications of small b. For the next project, rehab of multipurpose building, covered court, Barangay Tagapo, Santa Rosa City, in ABC of 39,600,000. The major category of work again is buildings. If you are interested, your license category, a pickup should have a B and classification po of medium A. Next project, rehab of drainage system along MSR Road, Barangay Tagapo, Santa Rosa, Laguna, in an ABC of 49,900,000. Oh, cancel pala to. Sorry. Cancel po pala to. Next project na lang po. Ito po yung discuss po ni Ma'am Jane kanina sa Supplemental Bulletin 2025-05. Next project is 25DI-65, construction of structure for river protection at San Cristobal River, Barangay Pasiano, Calamba City, with an ABC of 96,500,000. The major category of work are as follows: flood controls, road, ports, and hydraulics. If you are interested to submit your bid, your pickup license should have a category of B and classification of medium A rather. Next project, 25DI-066, structure of river protection along San Juan River, Barangay Side, Calamba City, phase 1, with an ABC of 99 million. The major category of work is flood control with roads. If you are interested, your pickup license should have a category of B and a classification of medium A. I think yun na yung last project po. If there are any questions po, please do so. Thank you. Wala po yata sa online. If not po, next topic na po will be discussed by Ms. Ian Priscel Torrecampo.
For the part of the Secretariat for Private Conference, ITB number 2025-03 with contract ID numbers 24DI-0198 to 204 and 25DI-65 to 66. Here are the following agenda: project data, requirements for bidding documents, bid forms, technical and financial proposals, criteria for eligibility screening, preliminary examination of bids, evaluation of bids, and post-qualification. For the submission of bidding documents, the DPWH Laguna Second District Engineering Office will use non-discretionary pass or fail criteria in the eligibility check, preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification, and award. The requirement of bidding documents: instruction to bidders, general conditions of contract, special conditions of contract, specification, drawings, bill of quantities, and forms. In letter A, the eligibility requirements and technical component or envelope number 1 for Class A documents. For legal documents, PhilJEP's registration certificate. For technical documents, statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, single largest completed contract or the SLCC, special pickup license, bid security, project requirements, and omnibus sworn statement. For the financial documents, the NFCC. For the PhilJEP's registration certificate, valid PhilJEP's registration certificate, platinum membership, all pages in accordance with section 8.5.2 of the IRR. For the statement of prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, the statement of the prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or non-similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. For the SLCC, or the statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract, or the SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid except under conditions provided under the rules. For the special pickup license, in case of joint ventures and registration, for the type and cost of the contract to be bid. For the bid security, original copy of bid security, if in the form of a surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission or original copy of the notarized bid securing declaration. For the project requirements in letter A, organizational chart for the contract to be bid. And letter B, list of contractors' key personnel. Example, project manager, project engineers, materials engineers, and foremen, to be assigned to the contract to be bid with their complete qualification and experience data. For letter C, list of contractors' major equipment units, which are owned, leased, and/or under purchase agreements, supported by proof of ownership or certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project as the case may be. The experience means total years of civil works experience of any nature in construction and engineering consultancy services. Include the tax identification number or TIN of the key personnel for compliance to DO number 98, series of 2016. Include the contact number of the material engineer. The accredited safety officer required upon the issuance of notice of award subject to DO 98, series of 2014, submission of construction safety and health program by the Department of Labor and Employment. First aider with certificate of training issued by the Red Cross in compliance to DOLE. Requirement for the approval of construction safety and health program required upon issuance of notice of award subject to DO 98, series of 2014. Submission of construction safety and health program approved by the Department of Labor and Employment. Implementation of Section 3 of Department Order Number 180, Series of 2024, regarding the assignment of accredited contractors and consultants, project engineers to DPWH projects, which supersedes DO number 94, Series of 2020, and DO number 156, Series of 2023. For the assignment of contractors, consultants, project engineers to DPWH projects. Only accredited project engineers may be assigned to DPWH projects subject to the following limits of assignment. For regional/district offices, for the classification, PE2, for the limits of assignment, 10 contracts located within the same province for simultaneous assignments, each costing more than 150 million. For PE1, 11 contracts located within the same province of simultaneous assignments, each costing 100 million to 150 million. For provisional project engineer, 10 contracts located within the same province, simultaneous assignment, each costing less than 100 million. Original duly signed omnibus sworn statement or the OSS, and if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. For the NFCC, or the net financial contracting capacity of the bidder shall be used in the eligibility processing. Prospective bidder must have a NFCC at least equal to the ABC to be procured as follows. The NFCC equals current assets minus current liability times 15. Value of proportions of all outstanding works under the bidder's ongoing contracts, including awarded contracts to be started, which portions coincide with the contract to be bid. In the NFCC, the fixed factor of 15 shall be used in the computation of NFCC regardless of the contract duration. For the Class B documents, the special pickup joint venture license and valid joint venture agreement. If applicable, duly signed joint venture agreement or the JVA in accordance with RA number 4566 and its IRR in case the joint venture is already in existence or duly notarized statements from all the potential joint venture partners, stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the instance that the bid is successful. For envelope number 2, which is the financial envelope, financial bid form must be in accordance with the form prescribed. For the bill of quantities, bid prices in the bill of quantities. For detailed estimates, include the summary sheet indicating the unit prices of construction materials, labor rates, and equipment rentals used in coming up with the bid. For the cash flow, quarterly/monthly cash flow and payment schedule. Under ITB Clause 20 for bid data sheet or the BDS, the bidder shall submit 1 original and 2 copies of the first technical and second financial components of its bid written in indelible ink and shall be signed by the bidder to its duly authorized representatives. Note, all envelopes shall A. contain the name of the contract to be bid in capital letters. Letter B. bear the name and address of the bidder in capital letters. Letter C. be addressed for the procuring entity's bank. Letter D. bear the specific contract identification of its bidding process. Letter E. bear a warning, do not open before the date and time of the opening of bids. The bidder shall enclose the original eligibility/technical documents in 1 sealed envelope marked original technical component and the original of their financial component in another sealed envelope marked original financial component, sealing them all in an outer envelope marked original bid. Each copy of the first and second envelope shall be similarly sealed, duly marking the inner envelopes as copy number blank dash technical component and copy number blank dash financial component, and the outer envelope as copy number blank. Note, these envelopes containing the original and copy shall be enclosed in 1 single envelope. The bid documents, technical and financial proposal, must be book-bounded or fastened at the left side with ear tab in A4 size of bond paper, font size 10 or up to 7 to 100% scale, with documentary stamps and paginated as per DO number 90 series of 2002. Please refer to DO number 11 series of 2017 for the minimum materials testing equipment and DO 127 series of 2018 strict application of RA 9184 in the conduct of post-qualification of bidders with the late ongoing contracts with the DPWH. Inclusion of the minimum materials testing equipment in the technical component of the bid.
Electronic submission and receipt of bids. Legal references. Department Order Number 87, Series of 2020. Electronic submission and receipt of bids for the procurement of civil works contracts. GPPB Resolution Number 09-2020, dated May 7, 2020. Approving measures for the efficient conduct of procurement activities during a state of calamity or implementation of community quarantine or similar restrictions. Authorizing the submission and receipt of bids through electronic means or email. 2016 Revised IRR of RA 9184. Electronic submission and receipt of bids procedures. Number 1. Post the invitation to bid and bidding documents. Responsible person, Back Secretariat. Rules. Must be posted in the DPWH and PhilJEP's website and at any conspicuous place for 7 calendar days per Section 21 of IRR of RA 9184. Number 2. Create the contract ID folder in the eBid portal. Responsible person, Back Secretariat. Rules. Shall be done under posting of the invitation to bid and bidding documents. The folder name should be consistent with the contract ID scheme provided under DO number 33 series of 2018. Here are the examples. Number 3. Purchase the bidding documents. Responsible person, contractor. Rules. Section 17.4 and Appendix 8 guidelines on the sale of bidding documents of the IRR of RA 9184. Number 4. Send the proof of purchase of bidding documents, official receipt. Responsible person, contractor. Rules. Item number 3A of DO number 87 series of 2020. File format. PCAB ID _ contract ID _ official receipt.pdf. Email subject format. Official receipt for contract ID. Must be in PDF. Must be sent prior to the deadlines of submission of bids. Only bidders with system accepted proof of payment shall be allowed to submit their electronic bids. Here are the examples. Number 5. Send the electronic bid. Responsible person, contractor. Rules. Item number 3D, number 3E, number 3I, and number 3M of DO number 87 series of 2020. File format. PCAB ID _ contract ID _ B.zip or .rar/7z. Email subject format. Bid submission of contract ID. Must be in a password-protected archive format. Shall be contained 2 password-protected archive files, the technical and the financial proposal. Number 6. Send the electronic bid if split into 2 due to attachment file size limitation of the email service provider used. Responsible person, contractor. Rules. Item number 3I of DO number 87 series of 2020. Email subject format. Bid submission 1/2 for contract ID number. Bid submission 2/2 for contract ID. Here are the examples. Electronic bid main archive file. Under these are technical proposal archive folder and the financial proposal archive folder. Under the technical proposal archive folder is the technical proposal folder, and under the technical proposal folder is the technical documents PDF. Under the financial proposal archive folder is the financial proposal folder, and under this is the financial documents PDF. Number 7. Send the bid modification, if any. Responsible person, contractor. Rules. Item number 3J and number 3M of DO number 87 series of 2020. File format. Pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore bid underscore modification underscore x.zip or RAR/.7z. Email subject format. Bid modification X for contract ID number, where X represents the number of bid modification submitted. Must be in a password protected archive format. Number 8. Send the letter of non-participation, if any. Responsible person, contractor. Rules. Item number 3K of DO number 87 series of 2020. File format. Pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore non-participation.pdf. Email subject format. Non-participation for contract ID must be in PDF. Number 9. Send the letter of bid withdrawal, if any. Responsible person, contractor. Rules. Item number 3L of DO number 87 series of 2020. File format. Pickup ID underscore contract ID underscore bid withdrawal.pdf. Email subject format. Bid withdrawal for contract ID must be in PDF. Number 10. Close the contract ID folder in eBid portal. Responsible person, back secretariat. Rules. Item number 3G of DO number 87 series of 2020. Rename the contract ID folder in eBid portal to contract ID underscore closed on the deadline of submission and receipt of bids. Number 11. Download the bids from the eBid portal to the local computer. Responsible person, back secretariat. Rules. Item 5A DO number 87 series of 2020. Number 12. Provide the password for the main archive file, electronic bid and the technical proposal archive file. Responsible person, contractor. Rules. Item 5A of DO number 87 series of 2020 shall only be disclosed verbally in writing during the actual bid opening, which may be done in person or through video conferencing, webcasting, or other similar technology available. Bidder shall be given a maximum of 3 attempts or a period of 15 minutes, whichever comes first, to provide the correct password, except in unforeseen justifiable circumstances. Otherwise, the bidder shall be disqualified. The bidder may also be subjected to the sanction under DO number 17, series of 2015 or 3-strike policy, as may be warranted under the circumstances. Number 13. Open the main archive, electronic bid, and the technical proposal archive file. Responsible person, back secretariat. Rules. Item 5A of DO number 87 series of 2020 and section 30.1 of IRR of RA 9184. Number 14. Provide the password for the financial proposal archive file. Responsible person, back secretariat. Rules. Item 5A of DO number 87 series of 2020 shall only be disclosed verbally in writing during the actual bid opening, which may be done in person or through video conferencing, webcasting, or other similar technology available. Bidder shall be given a maximum of 3 attempts or a period of 15 minutes, whichever comes first to provide the correct password, except in unforeseen justifiable circumstances. Otherwise, the bidder shall be disqualified. The bidder may also be subjected to the sanction under DO number 17 series of 2015, 3-strike policy as may be warranted under the circumstances. And last, number 15, open the financial proposal archive file, Box Secretariat. Item 5A of DO number 87 series of 2020 and section 30.1 of IRR of RA 9184.
Number 2025-03, the deadline for submission of bids is on or before February 19, 2025 at 9 a.m. The opening of bids is immediately after the deadline of submission at DPWH Laguna Second Dito, new conference room, Barangay Bangladesh, Barangay Laguna. The bids must be duly received by the Box Secretariat through or manual submission at DPWH Laguna Second District Engineering Office, Barangay Bangladesh, Barangay Laguna, or for electronic submission at electronic bids _Laguna 2 at dpwh.gov.ph. If there are no more questions from the prospective bidders and or attendees, please be informed that the above mentioned required bidding documents are posted and available at the DPWH website and future for your reference and guidance. Thank you very much, and this ends our video conference.